come one, come all, spontaneous views. I don't know why they got me looking this way when the the phone is like right here. But anyway, this is going to be quick. I ain't going to really be on this too much. This, excuse me, real quick. It's Monday morning. I'm up working. Well, I'm about to start working. I really just got on. And usually before I start my day, I kind of surf through the net, checking where people post at, And I ran across this guy. I don't even know his name. Forgive me, but it doesn't matter. But he had this. First of all, his name is kind of like, I don't want to say African, but it wasn't an original American name. You know how people change their names, like Dr. Umar Johnson changed his name to Afintunde, and this was his name on Facebook. But the point I'm trying to make is he was talking about real brief. He was really talking about the mark of the beast. And he really didn't get to that point because the reason why I didn't really continue watching his video is because he made a statement saying aliens are real. And this is the part that we, as people that research, like I said, I respect people that research stuff, but somehow we don't kind of put things together when it comes to like ancient history and a modern history that we're dealing with. We don't kind of put it together. The reason why I'm saying that is because you're coming with this. You're obviously representing the African culture, right? Which means that you're dealing with Egyptian culture. You're dealing with the Medu Neter. Medu Neter is the language of the Egyptians, which uses a lot of symbols. So again, when you're dealing with the ancient history of things and the modern history of things, they never parallel. The point I'm trying to make is that how are you saying you believe in aliens? Now, keep in mind, I don't know if aliens exist. I don't know this shit. I don't know. Based off of the information that I received or research, I can't, because all the information that I get is coming from a government agent video. There's nothing concrete about a video. You're saying, like, this is my thing. And I said this before about dinosaurs. If these things existed, why didn't ancient Africans depict it on the hieroglyphs, in the pyramid, even the pyramid text, any type of text? The Greeks called it the Book of the Dead, but it was the Per Imheru, which was basically books that was in tombs. But again, the Greeks came in, they didn't know what they were looking at. That's why they named it the Book of the Dead. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the point that I'm making. If aliens really existed, why didn't ancient Africans depict them in the hieroglyphs? Why didn't they depict dinosaurs in the hieroglyphs? I said this before. Like, you can't represent the African culture of things, but you're only going with the modernized time frame of things. You're not putting things together. You're not you're not taking the history that you're learning and putting it together to make sense of it. You can't talk this African talk. I'm representing Africa. And in the same breath, you're talking about believing in aliens. Now, again, I'm not saying that they don't exist. All I'm saying is the information that I've run across, I can't believe it. You're giving me a video that's been shot by the government. Keep in mind, you're talking about aliens that's speaking in the English language. English language has only been around for about 500 years. So how can, first of all, it's not ancient. Really, the English language is really like a bastardized language. Even it doesn't really have a parent subsidiary, not subsidiary, but it doesn't have the English language basically doesn't really have a parent language, if that makes any sense. What I mean by that is it derives from other languages. So it's almost like it's put together. So how can the government show you a video of an alien talking and they're talking in English? See, we don't put these things together. We're thinking in a modern sense, but when you talk about an alien is someone that's obviously been around for thousands of years. The English language wasn't around thousands of years, so who taught the alien to speak English? I don't profess that I know everything, but it's obvious that I have to keep doing videos like this to wake people up well, I don't want to say wake people up. I'm just going to say give them a different perspective on what they're saying, because it's not making any sense. You can't talk ancient African, Medu hieroglyphic, pyramid, what I'm trying to say, the writings on the wall of the pyramids, I'm saying, and you can't depict not one alien. Keep in mind the rhetoric that goes around is saying that the aliens built the pyramids. So why wouldn't an alien depict their picture on the pyramid? Why wouldn't their picture be represented in the Medu Neter? The Medu Neter has over 4,000 symbols. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't seen them all, but out of all the research I've done, when it comes to that, I don't see no alien head, nor a dinosaur head. I don't see those things. So again, I'm not saying I don't believe in it. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't, because there's nothing that's giving me that proof other than what someone else is putting out to brainwash my mind or to indoctrinate me to believe this stuff, because they're trying to plan an alien invasion. This is their whole plan. They're trying to plan an invasion somehow, some way. And if people are going to be gullible to believe in this, they're going to fall in the trap. The whole point of this video is that we cannot keep talking ancient African knowledge, and we are not putting together basic information. Like I'm talking about, you're talking about aliens when you can't even go back in any type of writings that's been around, the Sumerians, the Hebrew Israelite, any of these ancient writings. Why nobody depicted aliens? Are you trying to tell me that aliens just all of a sudden came about 100 years ago? That doesn't make any sense. We obviously know that that's not the case, because again, they said, even though it's cap, we already know it's cap. Talk about ancient aliens built pyramids. I'm gonna be honest with you. From what they told us, they said obviously the ancient Egyptians or Africans, I should say, and I don't even like using the word ancient Africans, because the word Africa has only been around since the 1800s. So that continent was renamed Africa. Like the whole continent wasn't named Africa. It was just like the upper part of it. Over the years, they just named the whole continent Africa. But Africa is not it's a continent. It's not really a country. It's a continent that withhold 54 countries, I think. They added the country of Israel or something like that. I mean, I don't even want to get into that, but just to make it simple, I respect people's information that they give out. But I think they be so hard pressed to put information out that they're not fully thinking about what they're really saying. I don't want to say it's clickbait. I really don't want to say that. I just think that they're trying their best to give their people the information, which is totally fine. I just feel like ultimately you're almost damaging the people that you're following, because you're leading them down in a path where it's not really representing much truth. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, you can't talk ancient Africans, and then you got aliens in the same sentence, saying that you believe in these aliens. Like I get what you're saying, but you really don't have proof of an alien. The Roswell crash back in 1954. Like, do we really know if that stuff really happened, or did they just publicize it to again indoctrinate you? It's to subconsciously warp your mind into believing that aliens are real. I'm gonna keep it real with you, right? I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. If I'm in my house right now, and let's just say a alien just came out the blue and knocked on my door, you think I'm gonna freak out? No. Whatever you're gonna do to me, go ahead. But am I gonna be scared? No. No, I'm not, because I know I'm really in depth of really understanding. See, what I do is I take ancient history and I take the modern history and I try to blend as much information as I can to make it make sense. That's what I do. Sometimes everything don't blend. It doesn't blend. I'm trying to do this. But people are taking information and it's doing this and they don't realize it. It's not blending. My information is trying to do this. I'm trying to get people here, blending the ancient history, the modern history that we have, and making it make sense. But you can't talk Africa, you believing in aliens in the same sentence, because Africans did not depict an alien head or any type of alien figure in their medunetia, in their language, anywhere. That information is Western modernized information in this Western hemisphere that we're in. This is information that derived from here on this soil. And they've concocted some things that just got us going crazy. Y'all already seen this is 3 or 4 months now that they was talk about these balloons and all this stuff that these aliens talk about. They seen alien. They seen a UFO, I should say, not the aliens. They said they seen UFOs, but understanding a UFO is just an unidentified flying object. That's all a UFO is. If I have a radar and I see something on that radar that I can't identify, that's an unidentified object. But hell, it can be a blimp. It could be a plane that didn't register to say that they was flying over this particular region. It could be anything. But we're so fascinated with movies and just this rhetoric about UFOs and stuff like that. Our mind is warped when it comes to that stuff. So now, when they do decide to plan this alien invasion, a lot of people are going to be really believing that aliens are coming down and then this is going to be another plot for the government to create martial law or any other type of thing that they're trying to create. You got to understand the government is at least 20 years ahead of us. They way ahead of us when it comes to information. Like, for example, before I close, the new iPhone came out. iPhone 15. But they're spoon feeding you this stuff. They already got iPhone 18. They just waiting to release this stuff. Like, you're not going to sit up here and tell me that they're just sitting back and they're like, you know what? We should go ahead and make a 15. You know what? We should go ahead and make a 16. They already got that in the works. They just spoon feeding it to us. I respect everybody that try to give information because it's designed to wake us up. I get it. But we have to parallel the information. We have to take the old with the new, and we have to see if it makes sense. And all I'm saying is, you can't talk about ancient aliens in the African garb with an African attire on. You got the dashiki and everything, and you're talking about aliens when the same ancient Africans never depicted aliens. That's all I'm saying. That's it. I'm not going to make this video long. I really didn't even know it was going to go this long. But I'll be doing videos and I really don't feel like I'll be saying much because it's like kind of the information. This is like kind of No disrespect, but it's kind of like it's kindergartenish in a sense. It's like, okay, we should already be past that. Like, why are we talking about that in the same sentence? Like, how are we in 2023 talking like that still? I respect everybody trying to give out information. I respect it. But instead of us trying to, I respect the Afro. I respect everybody. But we need to start. We need right now, especially for the rest of this year, 2023 and beyond to 2024. Instead of us trying to go back into the ancient African history, let's try to go back to the ancient American history. I think that's where we need to start. If we start here and then venture out, we'll be more understanding of what's really around us. But right now, it's almost like we're going backwards. We're trying to start with the ancient history first and then trying to go back to the American, and we all over the place because they done told us so many lies when it come to stuff. Just like Cleopatra, they said they found her head. They dug up the head. And again, these archaeologists always finding stuff in the same place that people inhabited that been there thousands of years. You're telling me of people that's been on a land for thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years, they can't find these dinosaur bones, the Cleopatra head, all these statues that's becoming up missing, but someone from a whole nother nationality that ain't even from that continent can come into a continent and find all this stuff. But the people that's been living there thousands or hundreds of thousands of years can't find nothing? Come on, man. Archaeologists, I respect an archaeologist to an extent. I respect them. But ultimately, they be capping, man. And we got to pull a veil from over our eyes. All they trying to do is put the veil back down. They forcing it down on you, and you allowing them to force it. And somebody like me, I'm like, get this off of me. Because I'm starting to see like, okay, yeah, that's cap. But anyway, I'm not going to hold y'all. Come on. I just wanted to give y'all a brief morning, quick, little spill that I had in my mind about a little video I seen a few minutes ago. So I'm out. Come on. Spontaneous views. I'll see y'all later with some more content. Peace.